Let's open this thing up and see what we get. Let's see if we really get something that is comparable or that has the same amount of money that I at least invested in. As I said, they say it would be way more than 50 bucks I paid. So let's have a look at this thing. So again, I'm just checking. It promises products of a value of 175 euros for only 48.99 euros. So the triple XL mystery box. I gave it a try, and on their webpage right now, you see it is the biggest box that they offer, but the price went up to 140 again. So this is probably like, you know, something that just happens, well, sometimes. So even I'm not sponsored or anything. I subscribe to their email thing because I had to. You have to create a profile in order to download certain manuals for parts that you order there. However, let's dig into this box and let's see what we can find. So I appreciate that they actually have like a real mystery box. I thought one moment it's just all stuffed into the, you know, the bigger one. So this is nice. We see it is the biggest out of the range, and as I said, under 50 bucks. Now let's dig in and see if this is really worth anything, or if there are components that I can maybe use for my next ghost detector project. So, okay. Well, a whole bunch of stuff. All right, starting off with something that I actually wanted to order because a new breadboard. That's quite cool, I must say. Because often when I do projects, I have one of these and a smaller one, and often it's just not enough. And I wish to have a second one, especially I think it's even the same one that I had before, so I can stick them together. Let me check in my breadbox patch wire. So that's the one I'm usually using, and it has the same tab, so I can put them together. Well, they line up pretty much. So, okay, I will put this one away so we know what we get. This is already pretty cool. I would have ordered this anyway. So, okay, it looks like it's not, maybe not a complete scam. We have, we have at least a meter or like 3 or 4 feet of, what is this, Flexcon cable in one single piece. There is a bend in it. Yeah, it's a little bit bended. And maybe even broken there. Well, not necessarily, but well, okay, that's something. I might use it one day. I don't know for what. I don't even actually know. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. Can I cut this and then scrape off the insulation in order to use a shorter piece? Well, let's call this a freebie. Do I have some sort of a? I just almost crashed my entire camera setup here. But it's fine now. So, okay, we have some Flexcon cable that's, well, can come in handy. What is this? Oh, hey, this looks like, if I'm guessing right, this is a temperature sensor. A beefy one, actually. It's a metal. It's not one of those where you just have this little PCB thing. This can come actually in pretty handy for my laser cutter, for the cooling liquid. So I can, you know, maybe add this to the actual reservoir so to see what the temperature of that is. I wouldn't have bought this now, but why not? It's good to have. And maybe for other projects as well. Maybe some sort of something, you know, I could put a bracket so I can lay this out for ghost detection, you know, so you can probe somewhere remotely in order for temperature changes. Hey, that's pretty nice. I've got 2 of those. Now let's see. Here are a lot of electronic components. What do we have here? This is a LCD 1602. What is this? I have no idea. Let's Google it. Probably you guys, when you work often with this stuff, you know already what it is. I honestly don't know. Maybe this is some sort of shift register, so you can hook this up to an Arduino board here. You have an LED output as well and a POTI. So this could be handy, come in handy when you want to power up an LCD display, you can probably change brightness with this thing. Okay, that's something that comes in handy one day, I know for sure. Here's the second one. Yeah, that's the same, with an empty plastic sleeve. Oh, maybe it is for this display. Hey, I like those displays. I use them quite often, especially for my ghost detectors. They are nice, and they... Yeah, I know what this is. This basically is going on here, and then you simply have like these 4 outputs or inputs for the Arduino board, so you save so many pins on your Arduino board in order to drive this thing. Hey, that's pretty awesome actually. I can use this for sure. I have a couple of project ideas in mind recently. What else do we get? This thing. It has 4 what seems to be outputs. They are color coded. Is this a servo driver of any sorts? Servo supply. Yes, it is. Hey, that's pretty cool. So you have your Arduino pins here, and you can probably drive up to 4 servo motors. Don't know what this one is. Maybe that's for power input. Is this voltage input or... That definitely sounds like something I will definitely need. And oh, I just thought I still have some servos somewhere lying around, bigger ones for remote planes and stuff. But this comes in pretty nice. It's a micro servo, 9 grams, tiny little thing. And in combination with this, I can power it up. Hey, that's awesome. I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought I'd get a box of, stuff they won't sell, or sell badly. And so they throw everything together and, market it as a surprise box. This is a 3-color, a RGB LED. Hey, this is pretty cool too. You know why? Because this basically is, I think, the exact same module that uses my 3D printer in order to light up the print bed. So I have a spare one, and I can also use this for other things. Hey, that's nice to have. I'm not complaining. Next, what should we grab? I should have opened this in a live stream, so we could have, challenged us, find out what is, and, hey, this is cool. This is a joystick, or an analog stick. This is pretty awesome. I can definitely use one of those. You have proper encoders there. You can click it, so it's a... Hey, it brings a lot of nice creative ideas. I'm happy so far. I must say, for 50 bucks, yeah, they might even be right. This is probably worth more than 50 bucks. I will try to make the math afterwards. What do we have here? It looks like, yes, another little project board or breadboard. And hey, that's pretty cool as well, because I can add this again to my existing ones. No, I cannot. But still, this is pretty cool. This is something. I often run out of space on those boards, or cables are just too close to each other, and at one point you need tweezers in order to pin stuff out. So yeah, that's definitely handy. Something I would have ordered when I put in a next order for them. What do we have here? We have a LED module with green, yellow, red, like traffic light kind of thing. That, for example, can come in handy when I want to build let's say an RF detector or something, to build something fast, without using 3 LEDs. You just have a ground, red, yellow, green, and you have a pre-made module in order to do that. And well, you probably can solder this underneath. You have 2 screw holes, so you can mount this pretty easily. Why not? That's pretty cool. That can come in handy for my sort of prototypes I'm building. What is this? Oh, this looks like an ESP. Is this an ESP? It is. This is an ESP32 board, the big one. Hey, that's pretty cool. I think they go for like €9 or something per piece. I still have some. I'm not using them too often because they are somewhat compatible with Arduino IDE, but hey, this is cool. So this, by the way, it's a microcontroller like Arduino, but it has built-in Wi-Fi and I think even Bluetooth. So, and it has a lot of PWM channels, which is great for certain things. Now, what else? What is this? What is this? Oh, wait, those are magnet cards. You know, door lock cards and stuff like that. And let's see if we have the actual programming thing in here, because at work we have those keys in order to enter the building, and I always wanted to make me a custom card. Hey, that would be awesome. And these are those induction magnet cards, and a whole bunch of them. That is pretty cool. I'm really looking forward. I hope that the actual programmer or reader is in there. That would be actually pretty awesome. What do we have here? We have a relay board. Hey, that's pretty cool as well. I'm using those quite often. So you can switch, you know, 240 or let's say 110 volts via relays, and you have 4 of them. So you can put, for example, 4 bulbs or motors on it. I see they have optocouplers here for decoupling. They have they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins for the actual Arduino board. Also, I don't know if you can see it, but they have nice cutouts around the high voltage supplies to have a better shielding. This is cool. I mean, I would have ordered stuff like that. That's for sure in the next project, for the next projects. Let's see what else. Next, this is an Arduino Nano board. Is it? It has. Is it? Yeah, it is. It is an Arduino Nano board. That's cool. I use those a lot, and I burned up quite a few of them as well. Let's see, what is this? Some sort of sensor. It even has, no, this is a USB kind of thing. This looks like USB, and you have the outputs here. Is this something like a tiny little Arduino kind of thing? Let's see. I will check later what this is. Next, what do we have here? Oh, we have a bag with 3 little boards. They have an antenna on the side, which looks like Wi-Fi. Is this a transmitter? A Wi-Fi transmitter or RF transmitter or something? I will put these on the side. Maybe later we'll see what it is. Oh, here we have the same thing. This is the same module, no? No, it's not, but this is what I believe a wireless relay. This is pretty awesome. So you can run 240 volts through here, probably, or let's say 12 volts, however, and you can wirelessly switch this on and off via an Arduino or ESP board. That is pretty handy as well. I needed one of those for my last project. Next, oh, we have a display. We have a nice 128 by 160 TFT display, 1.8 inch. That's pretty cool. And we have an SD card slot here, which is cool as well. So maybe this can play little videos. This is what you could use, you know, when you want to build yourself a miniature retro style TV thing. I have one here. Let me grab it. You know, one of those. So you can turn this on here. Something like that. So it could be that this is basically the exact same size. Could even fit in there. So yeah, that's pretty nice. I made a project, well, I tested something, but apparently you can step up. I don't know exactly how it works anymore, but you can basically transform an Arduino board in order to transmit TV signals without the use of any external thing, just by soldering an antenna cable to one of the pins. I can't remember what it was and how it worked exactly. I just experimented with it, and I managed to prompt some regular text and stuff via UHF, and I could receive it with any television. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I like it. What do we have here? We have, is this a tiny ESP? This looks like a small ESP module. So quite similar to an Arduino Nano, probably more PMW channels and built-in Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's something I can use as well. A lot of stuff in here, I must say. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. This is something that has the mini USB still. I have no idea what this is. Is this a microprocessor or is this just some random board? It looks like a microprocessor. Does it have a number somewhere or a name? Let's move on. Here is something without a bag. What is this? Oh, this is a battery charging module. You have battery plus and minus here. You have voltage in, and you can also use micro USB. Or this is not even micro USB, right? This is mini USB. This is, well, this is older stuff, but hey, why not? It works. I'm pretty sure it will. And I can use those. I still have some of them in spare in my boxes. What we have here? Oh, we have an infrared bridge, like, you know, even motion sensor, or kind of, you know, the thing you have in your garage door, you know, that senses when something went through. You have a potentiometer, so you can adjust sensitivity. That's actually quite handy for another ghost detector project. You know, sometimes ghost detectors can be very simple. You don't need much. You need an Arduino board and something like this, and you're good to go. Depending on what you want to do, and also depending on your skills. So you can build very simple, nice devices with stuff like that. I'm happy about it. I don't have one of those, so this comes in handy. For now, I'm astonished that all this stuff for now can find some use, you know, to me, which is pretty cool. This is one of those display drivers again. You know, driving a display with a USB with an Arduino board, and oh, this is nice. This is a rugged big display, and probably, yeah, the pins are exactly the right amount. I'm pretty sure this goes together. Don't quote me on that. You can call me out in the comments if you know better. But it seems like this is made to control some display like this. And this is heavy. This is all metal. This is like the good stuff. This is like the stuff you can really put in, you know, some sort of a cutout acrylic board or something inside of a pally case, industrial look or industrial kind of project. This is pretty cool. I don't own a real rigid display like this yet until now, so I will find a good use for that, especially now that I also have the driver boards for it. Now, what do we have here? USB. Oh wait, this is, oh, it's still something else. But this looks like a USB thing that goes to RF or Wi-Fi. Oh, it would be interesting to know. Maybe this is an RF sending or a receiver unit that can be coupled, you know, with this thing, so I can switch on things using a USB on my computer. I'm wondering, maybe I could even scan frequencies with this RF module, because that would be quite interesting. I have on that side of my lab, I have a RGB ceiling light that apparently the remote broke and they cannot send me a replacement one. And it would be nice to know if I could scan the frequencies with this thing, or maybe send frequencies, you know, from a certain range to a certain range, in order to see if the light might change color or something. Oh, we have some light sensors. That's actually pretty cool as well, because I only have one left, and I know that because I was looking for one the other day and I couldn't find them. So I have some spare ones. That's pretty cool. So what else do we have? We have something without a bag, and it has one of those sensors on here. So this is a light detector of some sort. So you can, you know, turn on and off a light or trigger some other things. Yeah, that's nice. And lastly, we have another battery charger. Okay, and that was it probably. That's pretty cool. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed is that, for my knowledge for now, there is not one of these card readers, or maybe they have something to do with it. So unfortunately, there is no reader in this kit for those cards, which is unfortunate because, well, they did this on purpose, so I have to order it, but it could have come in handy. So I laid out everything that was in our triple XL surprise box from AZ Delivery, and down in the box I even found a list which have come in pretty handy, because it says what everything is. Because, for example, this little USB device here is a tiny little microprocessor. It's like basically the same thing than an Arduino, but it's tiny and you can hook it up directly via USB. That's pretty cool. And you see, this is the list. I can show it to you so you see again what was in mine. Of course, this will change probably depending on the box you order. And I come to a total of 186.71. So yeah, basically, I must say this was a good deal. The only thing that is a little sad is, you know, of course, it's a surprise box. There are some things that I, you know, rather left out, like, you know, the temperature sensors. I would, you know, really prefer to have, you know, a card reader or programmer for these EMF cards, or however you call them, because that would be quite fun to experiment with. However, a lot of microprocessors in different sizes, some displays, a motor controller, servo controller, wireless well, systems like this. Apparently, yeah, this is a wireless Wi-Fi receiving unit with a relay. We have a whole bunch of, or 3 of those little Wi-Fi or RF transmitters, which is, well, transmitters and receivers, which can be quite handy. I have the bigger versions of them, and those are nice and small, so ideal for things like a ghost detector or whatever I want to build. Of course, a little servo to move something around, that would be pretty cool as well. However, all in all, yes, I must say, it was a bargain. It's not something, you know, like a surprise box sometimes you buy and you get some, you know, like 50 meters of some random cable or something. Well, this stuff, of course, I have no direct use for it now. Apparently it's a cable that hooks up to a camera for Raspberry Pis, I think. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I will now put all this and sort all this out into my boxes that I have for all the stuff. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Now you know, and well, respect to AZ Delivery, I must say, yeah, that was a good deal. Until then, see you next time.